He walked 12 kilometers, barefoot, carrying nothing but hope. No shoes, no bag, no protection, just bones wrapped in skin and a heart too young to be breaking. His name was Amir, just 17. He had no map, no guarantee of food, only the whisper of a rumor that maybe today aid distribution point number 2 would open, and that maybe he wouldn't be too late. Amir's feet were raw, the skin torn open, bleeding with every step. But to stop was to starve. The sun pressed down. The heat clung to him like grief. The dust stuck to his lips, and his mouth, cracked and dry, could barely speak. But in his mind, he was already home, already hearing his little sister laugh again, already picturing his mother's tired face softening with relief. Just a little food, he whispered to himself, just a little. Then everything will be okay. He reached the aid line around noon. The crowd was thick, desperate. Women held babies. Boys younger than him clutched empty bags. Men stood silent, with sunken eyes. Amir stood among them, not because he wasn't afraid, but because he still believed in one last miracle. When his turn came, a U.S. soldier, Anthony Aguilar, watched him. A boy, barefoot, with torn clothes and quiet eyes that held too much pain. Amir didn't say much. He didn't need to. He kissed the soldier's hand, not out of habit, but out of pure, trembling gratitude. That half bag of rice and lentils, it meant the world to him. But in Gaza, even hope comes at a price. As Amir turned to leave, relief just beginning to settle in, chaos erupted. Tear gas, stun grenades, and then bullets. Israeli forces opened fire into a crowd of starving people. Amir tried to run. His feet, already bloodied, barely moved. His ribs ached from days without food, but he held the bag tight against his chest as if it was his lifeline, as if it was life itself. He didn't cry out. He didn't scream. He just ran until he couldn't. One shot, then another, and Amir fell. He never made it home. He died in the dirt, alone, clutching that precious half bag, now soaked in red. A child killed not in war, but in the act of surviving. Killed for being hungry. Killed for existing. Since May, dozens like Amir have died at aid lines. They walk for hours, 8 kilometers, 15, even 25, just for a crumb, just for a whisper of relief. But aid lines have become danger zones, because in Gaza, hunger is a weapon. Blockades starve, bombs follow. And the world watches. Food is not a threat. Children are not targets, and aid is not a crime. Amir's last walk was not just a journey. It was a cry, a final act of hope in a world that keeps turning away. In that half bag of lentils, he carried more than food. He carried the dreams of a family, the dignity of survival, the flicker of faith. Now, all that remains, a trail of blood, a mother waiting at the door, a sister asking, why didn't he come back? And a name, Amir. That name must not be forgotten. Say it. Say it again. Amir. He walked 12 kilometers for bread and paid with his life. Let his story live in your chest. Let it echo in your silence. Let it burn in your conscience. Because no child should die reaching for food. No mother should bury her son because of it. And no world power should pretend they didn't see. Share his story. Speak his name. Not just with words, but with action. Subscribe to amplify voices buried beneath the rubble. Walk with justice. Speak for Amir. Because silence is not neutrality. It is complicity.